Hi there, I'm Dr. Alex Robb, Medical Director at Goodheart Animal Health Center in Cherry Creek.
Dr. Robb, thanks so much for joining us today. What's the typical story of an owner coming in with a dog or a cat that has an ear infection?
It's a great question. We see a lot of ear infections here, and oftentimes we'll see dogs that are out having a great time, spending their weekend in the mountains, maybe getting a little bit of swimming in a stream or a river or a lake. One of our patients named Ripple we just saw last week for this particular problem, and what had happened is he had gotten his ear pretty wet while he was swimming, and then that led to some excess moisture in the ear. And once that happens, it creates an environment for microbes like yeast or bacteria to flourish and sets them on that course for an infection. Oftentimes they'll get really itchy and uncomfortable. You'll see some redness. They may be shaking their head, for example. And as they itch their ear, that just breaks up their normal skin barriers even more, and that lets the infection really set in and start to flourish. That causes kind of the really just uncomfortable situation for them. It also can be malodorous, kind of gross, for lack of a better term, and that's sort of the typical course that we see for ear infections.
So, in general, how do we know if a dog or a cat has an ear infection?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, you'll see some changes with the ear physically. You may notice redness, you may notice some brown or other debris or discharge that's coming from the ear. Sometimes they can even scratch themselves to the point of bleeding. You may also notice that they're shaking their head more frequently, just seemingly overall uncomfortable. They may also just kind of be a little bit resistant to any kind of manipulation around their head. So if you go to pet a place that they normally would enjoy and they're really not having it, that's another sign that they may have a problem.